AJ Armstrong Jr., the son of former NFL linebacker Antonio Armstrong, and his wife Dawn Armstrong, was only 16 years old when tragedy struck. On July 29, 2016, both of his parents were shot in their beds while sleeping in their Bel Texas home. Antonio bled to death slowly, while Dawn died instantly from gunfire. Ballistics later confirmed that the bullets originated from AJ's third-floor bedroom, penetrating the ceiling above his parents' room. At the time of the murders, AJ and his younger sister, Kyra, were inside the house. Kyra testified that AJ woke her and told her to leave the home with him. Investigators noted his behavior was suspicious. He called the cops immediately after the shooting, appeared overly nervous, and gave inconsistent statements during police interviews. DNA and forensic evidence later placed AJ in proximity to the firearms and the crime scene. Despite this, no physical evidence directly linked him to the act initially, and he maintained his innocence. The deaths were reported to authorities by a family member concerned after noticing the Armstrongs had missed expected communications. Harry County Sheriff's deputies responded, finding both family. Again, delete that. Harris County Sheriff's deputies responded, finding both parents fatally shot. The Armstrong family gathered for visitation on August 5, 2016 at the South Park Funeral Home of Pearland, Texas. No, Kenny was not there. It has nothing to do with the cartoon. It's a funeral home. Then Mass was held at the Windsor Village Church in Houston. On August 6, 2016, the following day, both were buried at the South Park Cemetery in Pearland. AJ missed all of this, as after being briefly detained at the Harris County Sheriff's headquarters, he was booked into the Harris County Juvenile Detention Center on aggravated assault and a firearms offense, both felonies. He appeared that same day before Judge Glenn Devlin from the Harris County Family Court Division, who ordered him to remain in custody pending trial. By the same day, I mean because the shooting occurred at dawn. Therefore, when the courts opened the following morning, he was brought in. Once the investigation concluded, AJ was tied to a criminal probe within the state of Texas. A grand jury at the Harris County District Court indicted him on 2 capital murder charges. Prosecutor John Jordan confirmed the charges, unsealing the indictment officially. Defense attorneys Richard DeToto and Christopher Collins represented AJ, who pleaded not guilty before Judge Kelly Johnson of the District Division. AJ was released on a $200,000 bond with the help of bondsperson Judy Mason. On April 2, 2019, a day after April Fool's Day, he was put on trial. A jury of 12 members and 4 alternates, even though they listened to crucial evidence, were unable to decide on a verdict. The jury deadlocked. An 8-4 decision, 8 in favor of convicting AJ and 4 in favor of not convicting him. Therefore, Judge Johnson declared a mistrial. In October 2022, he was tried again, this time with a different prosecution team. John Jordan was joined by Ryan Trask and Sarah Seeley. In this October 22 trial, another jury of 12 members and 4 alternates deadlocked as well, also an 8-4 decision, 8 in favor of convicting, 4 in favor of not to convict. Therefore, once again, the judge declared a mistrial. Then in May 2023, jury selection proceedings began for the second retrial. It was done very carefully. The trial officially started in July of that year, And on August 16th of that year, a jury of 12 members and 4 alternates found him guilty on both capital murder charges. Prior to the first retrial, the assault and firearms offenses were dismissed in order for the next juries to be able to reach a verdict more easily. However, it took more work for that. Judge Kelly Johnson refused to acquit AJ without a jury deciding on the verdict. This judge also went on to refuse to redo the trial. Immediately after the verdict, AJ was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after completing 40 years. Since sentencing, AJ has been moved around multiple facilities due to security concerns. First at the Garza West Unit in Beeville, the Beto Unit in Tennessee Colony, the Robertson Unit in Abilene, and his current location, the Wayne Unit in Huntsville. The Armstrong case remains a cautionary tale of tragedy, familial turmoil, and legal perseverance, especially with the college football finals tonight. I really recommend you guys watch it. It's at 7:30 p.m. It will be done at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. This is also the same stadium that will host the Super Bowl on February 8th. However, let's stick to this January 19th college final game. It's the Miami Hurricanes versus Indiana Hoosiers. While an appeal is pending, the final chapter of AJ Armstrong Jr.'s story has yet to be written, but his life irrevocably intertwined with the events of that fateful night in Bel Air. Thank you for listening to this episode of Strawberry Ink. May the couple rest in peace. Have a good rest of your day.